Our next thread of the day, also related to breastfeeding. Can we normalize producing just enough? I feel like everywhere I look, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even freaking Google, I see ads and ads for drinks, cookies, etc., all showing the product and a massive pump session to go with it. As a first-time mom, or a mom in general, seeing this and then seeing that I'm pumping just enough for my baby and an ounce or two more in the fridge is a little discouraging. Like, how do I not let that get to me? After seeing someone pump 27 ounces during their morning pump and then me pumping 5.5 for my morning pump on a good day. My baby is 4 weeks and only eating just over 3 ounces per feeding if I bottle feed, sometimes 4. You see overproducers everywhere, but not women who make just enough, or underproducers, and we need to normalize that too, right? As far as I'm concerned, this is probably one of the most dangerous and most horrifying things about social media. You get to see these aspects of people, or these types of people that are just abnormal, like being able to pump 27 ounces is just a completely abnormal amount. We are not cows. Humans are not cows. Even cows would not be, dairy cows, would not be producing as much milk as they currently produce if we hadn't bred that into them. I wanted to just switch to this article from The Atlantic titled A Brief History of Breast Pumps. You can find it. And here it actually tells you exactly how long breast pumps have been a thing. It says the first pumps were patented in the mid-19th century, typically as medical devices used to treat inverted nipples and to help infants who were too small or too weak to nurse. But as widely available consumer products, they've been around for only a little more than 20 years. It wasn't until 1991 that the Swiss manufacturer Medela introduced its first electric-powered vacuum-operated breast pump, a pump not intended for in-hospital use in the US. Now, this article is from 2013, so it's 10 years ago, so it's been 30 years since the first electric-powered vacuum-operated breast pump was on the market, which is to say, before pumps, there was absolutely no way that women could ever be able to produce this kind of amount of milk. And before fridges and freezers, there was absolutely no point in producing this amount of milk because you wouldn't be able to store it anywhere for long enough that it would be worth producing. So this whole pumping thing is a very, very recent thing, and milk production at this level is also a very recent thing. And before that, women only ever produced as much as they needed to feed their babies. Whether it's one baby or if you have twins, then it's also possible to produce enough to feed both babies, but that's pretty much it. What is even worse about this question is that it's not just social media. This is the influence of advertisement. It's capitalism in action. Obviously, the ads want to convince you that you're producing too little because that's how they make money. It's a whole industry. And so maybe don't take it quite so seriously when you see ads for things, because they want to convince you that there's something wrong with you. That's how they make their money. So if you don't take that seriously, then you're not going to buy into it. And if you understand that all you need to do is produce just enough for your baby to be able to nurse, then you're good. So I don't think that this is something that we necessarily need to normalize, to the extent that maybe just getting a little bit away from social media and trying to separate yourself a little bit from the advertisements that you see as a new mother out there is a good way of dealing with the situation. Everyone here says, I totally agree. I was feeling very defeated about what I found, how much I was pumping, until I realized it was normal. And the next person says, thank you. I almost gave up and started to bottle feed because I was feeling discouraged about only pumping between 4 and 5 ounces. I was super anxious and the mom guilt started. Then I realized all I actually need to do right now, at least, is to make sure I can pump enough so my husband has enough ounces to feed our son while I'm at work. And that's it. I don't buy into all those supplements, cookies, etc. Yeah, I don't buy into those either. Again, women have been breastfeeding for millennia, and we did not have any of these things until very recently. So there's no reason to think that we can't continue breastfeeding without them right now. We have not changed quite that much.